everyone. This is the first time I'm doing this kind of video because we know that we are now following the CDC guidelines that we're sheltered in home, and there's not many chances that I can talk to you face to face in my clinic. And then so I believe that there's a lot of the things that we need to pay attention at home, especially now I get a lot of the questions from my patient, what should I do at home, and then what is the good recommendations, for food choices and the exercise and etc. I'm very happy today that I invited my good friend Dr. Tang here to actually talk about how should we do at home during this time where we're sheltered in home. And then let me introduce Dr. Tang a little bit. And then actually she's one of the best doctors in the Bay Area. I really love to refer patients to her. And she actually graduated from Harvard Medical Schools, and currently she's actually working in Stanford Hospital. And today she's gonna give us a lot of good tips about what can we do at home when we are sheltering home. So first of all, like Dr. Tang,
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Chi. I know many of your patients are practicing social distancing, they're hand washing a lot, they're avoiding touching their faces, they're disinfecting all surfaces. They're doing the best to really avoid COVID-19. And I want everyone to please continue to do that. But I get questions a lot from my patients about what they can do to stay healthy in this time period. And I'd love to share with your patients as well what I tell my patients and also what we do at home.
Yes.
To maintain a healthy immune system.
That's what we need. Yeah, because look at me. I'm wearing something different today because I'm trying to keep my environment safe and keep all my patients safe. And then I think you guys already received emails or information from me that we do a lot of protocols to keep us safe during this period of time. But I do believe that every day if you do something that actually enhance your immunity, or I get a lot of questions about what should I eat during this period of time. Maybe Dr. Tang, you can start it with what's your recommendation of what kind of food is actually the best to boost out our immunity during this period of time.
Sure. Well, can I step back a few steps here? I actually think the #1 priority for everyone at this time is sleep.
Yes.
So even before food, I want us all to focus on good quality sleep. And I can't underscore the importance of sleep for our immune system. There's just no way our immune system can operate optimally if we don't have good quality sleep.
Perfect. That's basically what Chinese medicine talk about all the time. That's great.
And I want everyone to aim for at least 8 to 9 hours every night, which is a lot. Most Americans are averaging 5, 6, if they're lucky, 7 hours, 8 to 9 hours.
Yes.
And I want everyone to be in bed by 10 o'clock.
Great.
Which means you might actually have to get in bed at 9:30 so that lights out is at 10 o'clock and you're asleep by 10 o'clock.
I heard a lot of patients, talk about like now they're being, working from home, and then because of at the home, it's actually very difficult to separate the time of working and time of the family time, so they tend to sleep later.
Right.
But I think during this period of time, we really need to take care of our health in order to keep our environment safe. It's not only for ourselves, it's also for our loved ones. So sleeping is very important. What do you think about in the Western point of view?
Absolutely. There's many studies out there that show actually when healthcare workers like us, when we're sleep deprived and we're forced to be sleep deprived in our training, what happens the following day with not only our mental cognition, but then also our immune system, we're so much more likely to get sick. And lack of sleep also just increases overall inflammation in the body. So it's not just about infectious disease, but it's about all of the medical conditions that can follow when there's too much inflammation in the body.
Correct.
Anything from, right now, many chronic diseases are being tied to inflammation, but also autoimmune diseases.
Yes.
And so for so many reasons, I tell my patients, really prioritize your sleep. That's one of the most important things you can do for your health. Not only now, but also in the future.
Yeah, can you address a little bit of the time to go sleep? Because I know that there's many patients like always kind of, argue with me. It's saying that, I sleep 8 hours too, but I go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning. I sleep all the way until 11 o'clock. So I do get my 8 hours sleep. Do you think that is okay with that, or you think that it doesn't work that way?
I think for optimal hormone balance,
Yes.
getting to bed by 10 o'clock is going to be best, because then we can match the 8 to 9 hours of sleep that you're getting with when cortisol peaks. It
Right.
also matches when the female and the male hormones are operating at their optimal as well.
Wow, I'm so excited that we're going to talk about food, because that's what we're going to do every day, right? Because we are what we eat. Yeah, so please tell about all this wonderful, colorful food that what helps us and
Sure.
what can help us to
Sure.
boost up our immunity.
Yeah, well, before I get into the foods themselves, let me explain why it's so important to eat a whole
Yes.
foods diet.
Uh-huh.
So the food that we eat can actually boost our immune system, and I'll get into that in a little bit with the foods that I've brought here. But the reason why we want to eat a whole foods diet is because this diet maintains the health of your gut microbiome.
Yes.
And a healthy gut microbiome feeds a healthy immune system. So let me put it a different way. Let's say we eat a diet that's high in processed foods and sugars and trans fats.
Which is, there's a lot of people that we're doing every day. Yeah.
Right, and also even foods that are high in pesticides and other chemicals. What you end up doing is damaging the very delicate balance that's in our intestines with the bacteria, the viruses, and other microbes. Now these microbes, together with our immune cell, helps us maintain a healthy defense system in the lining of our gut. And it prevents foreign proteins from entering in our bloodstream.
Yes.
So it's absolutely critical that we maintain that healthy defense system within our gut. And right now we have more immune cells that live within our gut
Yes.
than are circulating in our bloodstream or live in our lymphoid tissue.
Yes.
And so if we want a healthy immune system, we need to have a healthy gut. And that's why we turn to the diet to maintain our immune system. So with that said, you had mentioned colorful foods. Yes, we want to eat the colors of the rainbows.
Yes.
So we have purple here. My favorite is purple cabbage, but you can also pick up purple carrots, and definitely eat orange and red colored carrots. Broccoli is by far one of my favorite foods, not only because it has the dark green color, but also it is part of the brassica family, the cruciferous vegetable family, which means it has a lot of glutathione, sulforaphane, that helps us detoxify our body.
Yes.
Beets, for example, to get in the red color. Mushrooms to get in a little bit of the brown color. Cauliflower to get in the white color. But eating the colors of the rainbows will give us the phytonutrients, vitamin A, vitamin C, that's needed to maintain a healthy immune system. When you're purchasing these foods, I want our patients to try and eat organic as much as possible.
Yes.
Because by eating organic, we can avoid a lot of the pesticides and toxins that are used in the food production system. Now, some people may say it's very expensive to buy organic, and it can be. I find the farmers markets are cheaper than conventional grocery stores, and luckily right now most of our farmers markets are still open.
Wonderful.
But a good tip, if you feel a little bit financially strapped in terms of the foods that you can buy, check out the EWG website, Environmental Working Group. Environmental Working Group, EWG, publishes a list of the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. And you can find that list on their website, www.ewg.org.
And we will also put the post about this website address for every one of you. Yeah.
The Dirty Dozen is a list of 12 fruits and vegetables that we should all try and eat organic, because we know that in the production system, they do use a lot of pesticides.
Wow.
The Clean 15 are a group of 15 fruits and vegetables that if you want to buy conventional, that's okay. It's okay.
Good.
So that's one way of trying to save money, because I know some patients, are sensitive to that.
Yes.
But to the extent possible, really try and buy organic fruits and vegetables.
Nowadays we have a lot of problem, the obesity. We try so many ways to try to reduce weight. Actually, we really don't need to eat that much in order to maintain health. Like eating healthy is actually most important. Maybe that's like if you think that the healthy food is actually a little bit expensive, maybe we can just try to cut down the amount that we're taking, but we choose the right and the healthy food to eat. So then we don't really need to spend money on diet or weight loss program, right? Yeah.
Sure. So eating the colors of the rainbow, eating organic, eating more cruciferous vegetables. So the cruciferous vegetables are broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, bok choy. Those all contain that chemical sulforaphane that help the body detoxify. I want everyone to try and eat a few servings of dark leafy greens a day. So that's the kale, the chard, the spinach. I know in Chinese medicine, the preference is to have these cooked.
Yes.
So, lightly blanching these vegetables, sprinkling some olive oil and salt on top is a great way of eating these vegetables. And then feeding your microbiome. So the bacteria that live in our gut love probiotics and prebiotics. These are the nutrients that they need to be strong. And so a good way of getting in probiotics is by eating fermented foods. So I try with my family to eat fermented foods every day. If you want to support some local businesses too that I really like, is Happy Girl Kitchen in Pacific Grove, which is down by Monterey. They make amazing pickles. And then the other one is Wise Goat Organics, also located south of the Bay Area, but they sell at many Bay Area farmers markets, and both of these companies sell online as well. They're local, family-owned, all organic, very high quality. So just getting in a little bit of fermented foods a day is great. Let's talk a little bit about meat.
Yes, very important.
Yes, because many of us want to eat meat, right? But how do we know that the meat that we're eating is high quality?
Yes.
So for dairy and for beef products, I want patients to choose organic grass-fed cow products only. It's not easy if you're looking for cheeses or yogurts or milk even to find dairy that's from organic grass-fed cows.
Yeah,
but I actually don't let my family eat any dairy products unless it meets that criteria.
Yeah, let's talk about the grass-fed. I always tell my patient too, you have to think about it. Exercise is very important, and especially for us as a health. And you have to think about our animals. They also need exercise. If you put them into a very small environment and then everybody I don't think it's going to be healthy even for them. And if we eat those meats that actually they're not healthy, then think about like we're on the top of the food chain. We're going to affect more. So yeah, grass feed, wonderful. And can we find some, grass feed, places like around the Bay Area that can help the?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't find it nearly as much at the supermarkets, although it is there. The place I go to, because I know that it's reliable and it's always there, is at the farmer's market. There's one ranch that I particularly like. It's called Mark Guard Ranch. They're based south of Half Moon Bay, but they do come to the Sunnyvale Farmers Market every Saturday.
Oh, wow.
And I visited their ranch. They are exactly what they preach. So all of their beef is organic, grass-fed. Their chicken. So for chicken, you want to buy organic, pasture-raised chicken, and all of their chicken is organic, pasture-raised. They have lamb, they have pasture-raised pork. Their products is probably one of the highest quality that I've ever seen. And so I just buy my meats directly from them.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm probably going to start buying meat there. Yes.
Let me just make one more point before we jump to those foods.
Sure.
Which is, when we touched upon this a little bit.
Yes.
But please, at this time right now, avoid all sugars, trans fats, and processed foods.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is not only does it completely destroy our gut microbiome, but it increases inflammation and weakens our immune system.
That's right.
So we're talking a lot about what to eat, but what not to eat
is more
sugar, trans fats, processed foods. Okay, so mushrooms.
Yeah.
We love mushrooms.
Yes, that's
for
my favorite.
the immune boosting properties,
Yes.
right? There are several foods here actually that are really good immune boosters. So we have mushrooms, we have cooking with onions,
Great.
garlic, ginger, and then using certain spices like oregano and rosemary are all very good for boosting the immune system. So when you're cooking these vegetables and when you're cooking your meat, think about, taking an extra step and adding more onions or adding more garlic, adding some mushrooms to the dish, sprinkling in some oregano when you can. The seasoning may be a little bit strong, so use it where you can, but these are all really good immune boosting foods. And then I have several others here. Do you want me to go through them?
Sure.
Okay, so my all-time favorite for boosting the immune system, and let me just take a step back and say, for your patients, but when I get into the supplements, I want them to check with their doctors first before starting any supplements. So what I'm saying here is what I do every day at home, what I do for my family every day at home, but it may not be the right thing for everyone. The natural foods, I think, should be okay for everyone, but the supplements, please have your patients check with their doctor. Okay, so bone broth, one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
I actually make it myself at home, and I use the beef bones from Mark Guard Ranch. So I buy it at the farmer's market and I bring it home and I make it myself.
They have only the bone or bone with meat.
They have just the bone that you use to make bone broth. You can buy it separately. And it's actually cheaper than if you buy it at the grocery store.
Yes.
Because it's from grass-fed cows. So that's actually a great place to
Healthy
get
cow.
the bones for the bone broth, yes. Bone broth is so good for the immune system. It's used in ancient cultures. It's used in the Chinese culture for centuries. We should all be breaking it out now, especially with the current pandemic, right? So I drink a cup every single day. I make it myself at home. If you don't have time to make it yourself, there is store-bought, but I just think homemade is so much
more
better.
healthy. I put 1 or 2 scoop of a bone broth and then cook broccoli with it, or cook potato, sweet potato, and then I make it as a nice dish. So that's how I cook my vegetables with the bone broth. And
So next on my list, turmeric.
Turmeric.
So it looks like ginger, but it's very, very orange. And if you peel it, your hands will stain. So just a forewarning, but I drink homemade turmeric tea every day. So I blend up the turmeric with hot water in a professional grade blender. You are going to need a professional grade blender for this. And then put some fresh lemon juice in. Lemon juice has tons of vitamin C, and that's why I use it.
Antiviral.
And then I put in some manuka honey. And I drink that tea at least once a day. If I feel a tickle in my throat, I'll drink it 2 or 3 times a day. And this is, between the bone broth and the turmeric tea, those are my go-tos for immune boosters. Now, this is time consuming to make the turmeric tea yourself at home. I do it because I like using the fresh ingredients.
There's turmeric powder, right?
There is. So there's this product by Wise Goat Organics. I love her golden milk. So you just put a teaspoon of the powder in with coconut milk or almond milk, and it's like a latte. It tastes really good, and there's no added sugar. So if you're too strapped for time to make your own turmeric tea, then give this a try.
Good.
So we talked about lemons having a lot of vitamin C, and it's great if you can get in vitamin C in your diet through lemons, oranges, grapefruit, even strawberries are packed with vitamin C. But during cold and flu season, I just take a vitamin C supplement. I take 1,000 milligrams once a day just to boost my immune system with the vitamin C.
The good about vitamin C, actually they're water soluble, so people won't get toxic if they take too much.
Vitamin D. So vitamin D is very difficult to get in the diet where you get a high enough level maintained in your bloodstream. So vitamin D is one of the few supplements that I really think is essential for so many people. As a primary care physician, I have seen so many patients in the Bay Area testing positive for vitamin D insufficiency or deficiency. And it's surprising because we love the outdoors here. We spend a lot of time in the sun, yet so many of my patients are vitamin D deficient. So it is important to know your vitamin D level. The cutoff for standard labs is 30, but I try and push to 50 to 60. in terms of the vitamin D level in your blood. If you don't get enough through your food and natural sunshine, then taking a supplement is important. So I don't have many supplements here, but these are the bare essentials that I think is important right now. Fish oils.
Fish oil.
So those of you who eat a primarily pescatarian diet, eat a lot of fish, you might get enough fish oils already through your diet. I love eating salmon, but my concern is around mercury levels.
Yes.
Right, and so
Heavy metal.
Exactly. And so fish oils, eating their supplements, is a nice way of getting in the fish oils without having some of the concerns around mercury and heavy metal toxicity. For fish oil supplements, I tell my patients you have to be really careful, as with many other supplements, but definitely with fish oils, you have to be careful about the manufacturer. Because supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA, and when they do third-party testing, there's a lot of supplements that come out with either they're not providing the advertised amount of the active ingredient, or there's actually a lot of toxins that are found inside the supplement itself. So for fish oils,
how do you choose the
so Nordic Naturals is the brand that I prefer. I'm not making any money off of them. I don't have their stock, but this is the brand that many of us in primary care are recommending to our patients. And the reason is every single batch undergoes third-party testing, and they're verified for their purity. So I like Nordic Naturals as a brand, and you can buy it at most health food stores, pharmacies. I would caution patients from buying supplements off of Amazon. The reason is there's a lot of counterfeit on Amazon. I personally have tried to purchase Nordic Natural fish oils from Amazon and received a counterfeit product.
Oh wow.
I contacted the manufacturer and found out that it was counterfeit from the manufacturer. So I would just be careful with buying supplements off of Amazon. You can go directly to the manufacturer themselves and purchase it from them and have them mail it to you if you choose not to go out to a grocery store or a drugstore.
So they probably have a website that you can also order, right?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good.
Okay, so moving on, a few other items. Glutathione. So glutathione is actually found in vegetables from the brassica family, right? So your broccoli, your cabbage, your cauliflower. If you eat a lot of these vegetables, you'll get glutathione. Glutathione is so important for detoxifying the body, and even though my family and I eat plenty of these types of vegetables, I don't think it hurts just to get a little bit of an extra boost. So I do take liposomal glutathione every single day just to enhance the detoxification process. Or go to Dr. Chi and get detoxification from her.
That's another way. Yeah.
Okay, two more. So X-Clear.
Yes.
This is a
Nasal spray.
A nasal spray, and the active ingredient in here is xylitol. So they mix xylitol with saline. Xylitol actually prevents viruses from attaching to the nasal mucosa.
Oh, that's very important.
And so I use this at the end of a clinic day. So after seeing a day full of patients, I'll spray my nostrils. I use it after air travel.
Okay.
Anywhere that I've been in contact with a lot of people, right now shelter in place makes that not necessary, but when we're no longer, in this situation, whenever I'm around big crowds, I'll use this at the end of the day. And then this is actually one of my favorite products in cold and flu season. Oxylococcinum. It is a naturopathic medication.
And it's all over counter, and you can go where to?
Yes,
to
you can buy it at most pharmacies will carry it.
Okay.
I know Whole Foods carries it as well. So it is over the counter. It is completely safe. So it's safe in pregnancy and breastfeeding and kids. I give it to my son all the time. But this is used for both prevention and for treatment of flu-like and cold-like symptoms. Right. So I actually, for prevention, I take 1 vial a day after seeing patients. So same as X-Clear, right? Just prevention. And then if I have even the first hint of getting sick, I'll start the therapeutic dose, which is 1 vial 3 times a day. I take 1 vial before getting on a plane, and I have my family do the same. I've been doing this for years, and I do see a difference. I really do think that
For prevention.
that this product is really, really good. Yeah. So, all those people who are going out and hoarding toilet paper,
Wow.
I go out and I hoard this product and turmeric. That's what I hoard.
Okay.
Okay. I skipped over zinc. So many people, when they get their vitamin C supplements, will have zinc in it. But there have been a lot of questions about zinc. Zinc is really good for the immune system too. You can get it from natural foods as well.
Yeah.
So I get my zinc from pumpkin seeds. You can get it from red meat as well. Oysters and some other seafood is another source of zinc. So trying to boost up your zinc levels will also help the immune
Zinc
system.
actually help antiviral, because they will stop the process of the virus that replicate itself inside our cells. So this is also a lot of papers that already been proved that zinc do work for antiviral. Yeah, wonderful.
So these are the foods. Should we talk about a little bit of tips outside of sleep and diet to help boost the immune system? So this is a stressful time, right?
That's right.
I mean, everybody is under a considerable amount of stress. Many people feel heightened anxiety because of what's going on, and all of that is understandable and completely appropriate. But to the extent possible, it's really important for us to be able to manage our stress.
Yes. Because stress reduces our immunity.
Exactly.
Yeah, we have to be calm. I always tell the patients to be alert, but don't be anxious. Because the alert means that we know what's going on, and then we give all those good tips to help you to stay home and take good care of yourself, so you don't need to be affected by the virus. The best way to boost up our immunity, actually just sleep early and then do not be anxious. Right?
And eat well.
Right? And eat well. Yes, perfect. Yeah.
If patients don't have a daily meditation practice, this is the time to start meditation.
Yeah, wonderful, right? We can stay home and do some meditation. Right. Wonderful.
Prayer is a really great way to reduce stress levels.
Yes.
Hobbies, whatever it takes to really try and reduce the stress levels. It's so important right now.
Yes.
So that would be, my number one thing outside of sleep and diet is to really reduce your stress levels.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tang, to come over and then to talk about so much good tips for our patients that we're really concerned about our patients. So I just invite her, so please come and share your good tips as a doctor and physicians in Stanford universities, and it's been wonderful. And thank you, Dr. Tang. And we won't going to hug each other. We're going to do elbow today. Okay, so stay tuned, and then we're probably going to release more tapes about healthy tips and then meditation. And I actually want to show some meditation. Some are following me by doing the Tai Chi stand. I invited Master Lee from Beijing to shoot some videos and to how to do Tai Chi stand at home during the period of time when we are all stay home, right? We have a lot of extra time, and then we can start to practice something that actually help our own health and then to help the environment. So everybody work together and we can fight this battle.